welcome to another exciting edition of Inside Abuja. On today's episode, we'll be taking a look at monuments and landmarks that make up the Federal Capital Territory. What are those icons that immediately you see reminds you of a particular place? Let's have a look. Aside being blessed with natural and human resources and having over 500 tribes, Nigeria is historically and culturally rich with iconic landmarks and monuments across the country. Monuments have the power to transform the world around us. As places of discovery, they teach us about our past and open our minds to new ideas, two essential steps in building a better future. These monuments have been kept for the past decades due to proper maintenance. However, this maintenance culture has become one of the greatest challenges facing these landmarks and monuments. Some of the monuments on this list will continue to add to the essence of Abuja as long as they're maintained over the coming years. The Abuja City Gate is a monument in the capital city of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was built in order to commemorate the movement of the seat of federal government from Lagos to Abuja, which occurred in 1991. It was intended for the purpose of serving as a ceremonial pavilion. It also symbolizes a ceremonial entrance to the new capital, serving as a welcome sign to visitors into Abuja. Reports say there were plans for the gate to be replaced by another gate, which would be built some 25 kilometers from the present location, but these plans are presently on hold. The idea behind the Abuja City Gate is to present it as a sign of unity of Nigerian people, improve sightseeing experience for Abuja visitors, and also add to the city's beautification. The structure has two inverted arched steel concrete blocks on each side that are connected in the middle with a long steel concrete block which is blended with the two tower blocks. In that middle block is the coat of arms of Nigeria with the inscription, "You are welcome." This is the government's official welcome to visitors entering the city, especially from the airport access. And above this monument is the metal Nigerian flag, which is fixed with steel lines.
I think landmark is just a name that indicates a distinctive location. Like now, if you are coming into a town for the first time and you want to check the nearest landmark to where you are going to, or let's say I will use where I was working before, logistics. Like if somebody places an order, brings something for me, and is trying to describe the location, and it's hard to locate, so it's like, what's the nearest landmark to your area? The person can say, there is a bank, a very common bank there. You can call one bank, and once you got the bank, with that bank you can easily try to trace or get an idea of where the person is. So I think landmark is something that indicates a particular location. It's easy for you to locate that location because of that particular point, which is the landmark.
Landmark is something that gives you description of where you are going or where you are anticipating to. Maybe you are attending a program or you are going for an event. Landmark gives you a description of where you are going.
These are features or these are presentations that indicate a location, or these are essential structures that are being constructed so that it can be well known to an individual where he found himself.
Zuma Rock. It is located west of the Nigerian's capital, Abuja, along Abuja to Kaduna Highway off Madala, and is sometimes referred to as the gateway to Abuja. Zuma Rock is a large natural rock composed of gabbro and granodite in Niger State, Nigeria. It rises approximately 300 meters above its surroundings, making it one of the highest and largest monoliths in the world. The rock was discovered in the 15th century by the Zuba people of Niger State, who called it Zumwa, which could translate to a place of guinea fowls due to their abundance around the rock. The people of Zuba and Koro were later joined by the Hausas, who started expanding from their original base in the core north. The Hausas couldn't correctly pronounce the name, so they pronounced it as Zuma. The same also applied to the Europeans when they came and joined the Hausas to pronounce it as Zuma. The Zuba people settled around the rock and came to see it as a spiritual guide, making sacrifices to the rock to keep them safe from harm. Because the landmark offered a clear view of the surrounding landscape, it was also used as a defensive position from other invading tribes. The natural runoff of water has left the rock surface with a human-like facial feature imprinted on the rock, with features like mouth, nose, and eyes. The rock tends to get alight with fire during the rainy season due to friction created by moving rocks. It has become one of the most prominent landmarks in Nigeria, and since 1999 has been printed on the country's 100 naira notes. The Zuma rock was discovered about 600 years ago, as it is believed to have existed before the present home of the Gbagi, Zuba, and Koro tribes was founded. Zuma rock is very important to Nigerians' culture and tourism and is considered one of the most important sites in the country.
Monuments are heritage, historical heritage of significance. It reminds us of our ancient past. It makes us appreciate nature, because these rocks are not man-made. And looking at how it was created, you never can tell. So such monuments are edifices of wonder that mankind comes to appreciate nature. And looking at such mountains, lakes, and waterfalls, like the One's Dam is a waterfall, and it's not created by man. Man took advantage of the waterfall to form a dam there and take advantage of the water there for life. So monuments are of important significance that would tell the histories of our heroes and heroines, that equally tells us about nature, that the wonders of nature, that are just creations of God.
A few myths to Zuma rock is when the natives believe that sometimes a loud and clear sound mimicking the sound of a door opening and closing is often heard around the rock. Whenever this mysterious happening occurs, it is believed that a popular and important person has died and the news will soon circulate. Locals hold the opinion that Zuma rock is currently sitting over a very huge source of underground water, which means that if the rock gets destroyed or moved out of place, a gush of water will burst out of the ground and submerge an unimaginable expanse of land. The reason behind this ideology is yet to be known. The Zuma rock is said to possess magical powers which can be triggered by sacrifices to the gods of the rock.
We usually hear how people are being kidnapped. You know, at the back of that Zuma rock, there are deadly things that are happening, and that anybody that is taken there don't come out alive. Yes, we've had, in fact, sometimes do you know, anytime I pass along the side, maybe traveling to either Kaduna, I usually see that place, one kind of strange place. Do you understand? When they take people there, at least I've heard some stories where some guys who, you know, taxi drivers like this can take a lady, you know, in the name of, okay, we are going to Zuba to drop the passengers. And all of a sudden, they move past to that place. And then when they get there, strange things like how you see dead bodies on the ground, how sometimes they even, you know, pound. It's terrible, terrible things are really happening there. And it's not a place that, and do you know one funny thing? People still live around that area. You know, so I keep wondering how people living around that area survive. I keep wondering, because with these kind of stories we're hearing, every time, especially during, election, and makes us now, if we want to enter vehicle, we're always very conscious. I know that's not only the place in Abuja here, but that place is, spectacular. When anybody talks about that Zuma Rock, the first thing that comes into someone's mind is that place is a very deadly place. Do you understand? So because of that, one is always careful, very caution, to take, the kind of vehicle you're entering, so that you don't get to fall into the hands of these guys.
The myth further states that these magical powers render their enemies helpless and powerless during intertribal wars. This is why history records that they fought many wars and never lost any. And with this, we move on to the next monument, which is Ship House. The edifice, located at Garki Area 10 and built between the 1980s and the 1990s, was to serve as the headquarters of the Nigerian Ports Authority, but was later taken over by the Ministry of Defense under former President Obasanjo's administration. It is a white building built in the shape of a ship and doubles as the headquarters of the Nigerian Ministry of Defense, which consists of the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Air Force, the Nigerian Navy, and others. Though access to it is limited, it still remains one of the most sought-after tourist spots for sightseeing. The Ministry of Defense was established on 1st of October 1958 with the statutory responsibility of overseeing the defense profile of the country from the perspective of the armed forces. The ministry provides administrative and support services that will enable the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to train, equip, and maintain a highly professional, versatile, and combat-ready military. Considered one of the most controversial architectures in Abuja, the Ship House is every tourist's favorite. The Central Bank of Nigeria head office building, also called the Intelligent Building, was commissioned by General Olusegun Obasanjo, retired on 30th October 2003. It consists of a 13-story office block comprising 4 wings around a sky-lit central atrium. This building is the headquarters of the Central Bank of Nigeria, standing at 308 feet. It ranks as one of the tallest buildings in Abuja. The gross floor area of the main tower is about 72,000 square meters, with a net available office space of about 51,000 square meters, which consists of 1,100 square meters in each wing floor. The office space area can accommodate 4,500 staff. The building consists of a 500-seat conference auditorium with adjoining media rooms. The auditorium has a large 5.9 meter by 5.4 meter overhead projector screen. There's a 3-level car park able to accommodate 500 staff cars, with an additional 360 car park area for visitors and governors. Other buildings include the service block and the entrance plaza. You can find the architectural beauty on Tafawa Balewa Way, Central Business District, Abuja. Transcorp is another landmark located in the heart of Nigeria's federal capital and is set on beautifully landscaped gardens, offering a wide range of business and leisure facilities. Construction of Transcorp Hotel started when Nigeria's capital was moved from Lagos to Abuja, as this picture depicts. People would actually say they foresaw its potential before Abuja became an actually planned city. NNPC Towers. As an oil-producing country, this is one of the most important complexes in Nigeria, where experts in the petroleum sector and top government officials meet. As Nigeria's money-making industry, the building housing the government's oil company is nothing but a monument. The NNPC Towers in Abuja consists of 4 identical towers The complex is located on Herbert Macaulay Way, Central Business District. This building consists of 4 towers that form a box from an aerial view, with each of the 4 towers 246 feet high and was built in 1996. There were threats by militants to blow it up in protests of the claimed unfairness in oil dealings in their areas in the past. NNPC was established on April 1, 1977 as a merger of the Nigerian National Oil Corporation and the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel. NNPC, by law, manages the joint venture between the Nigerian federal government and a number of foreign multinational corporations, and through collaboration with these companies, the Nigerian government conducts petroleum exploration and production. Due to the incredible beauty of the FCT and the constant efforts of the government in maintaining the heritage sites, tourism in the capital flourishes while witnessing an increase in the number of travelers from all around the world. Also known as the National Christian Center, the National Ecumenical Center is one of the largest Christian churches in Abuja. The center displays remarkable work of architecture and excellent work of craftsmanship. The striking church edifice represents the neo-Gothic style of work. Visitors to the center can see the pivotal arches leading to the altar. The altar is placed in the central point in the church, and devotees can complete a rotation in about just 10 minutes. The right wing of the church has a pipe organ from where the church choir sings during the mass services. Located at the Central Business District, Independence Avenue, Abuja, the center is an interdenominational center which can be rented for events like weddings for a fee. It is located just beside the Ship House and the Central Bank of Nigeria. Though presently under renovation, visitors are advised to be careful not to touch or move items when they go inside to pray inside this iconic architectural masterpiece. It also has a few features and facilities, including a conference center, religious school, library, offices, and residential facilities. The Abuja National Mosque, known as Central Mosque, was built in the 1980s. It is a national monument which belongs to all Nigerians, and it's a few meters away from the National Ecumenical Center, where Christian events of national significance always takes place. The mosque, apart from being a place of worship, also has an apartment for a library, a religious school, and a conference hall. The Golden Dome and the 4 minarets of the National Mosque dominates the skyline of Abuja's central area. You can actually locate the mosque anywhere from Zone 10 to Wuse Zone 3. It is easily one of the most popular tourist attractions of Abuja. According to Hung Kiet's survey, the Abuja National Mosque is one of the top 50 most beautiful religious centers in the world. Tourists come from all over the world to take a tour of the mosque, which is also open to non-Muslims except during prayers. The history of the National Mosque began in the 1980s when the federal government of Nigeria, during the regime of President Shehu Usman Aliyu Shagari, decided to move from Lagos to the new federal capital territory, Abuja. In 1981, some prominent Muslims from all over the country suggested that the Muslim community should solicit for and collect the contributions from both domestic and foreign sources to erect a mosque edifice as a place of worship, which will be the national mosque that will serve as a national institution and a symbol of unity for the Nigerian Muslim Ummah. The architectural style of the mosque follows the traditional way of building mosques. However, there are some modern elements that were included on the building to make it more interesting to the eye, combining it with the very traditional style. Being an impressive sight in the capital city, this huge and shining structure is a big landmark that makes every single Nigerian proud. In essence, landmarks are best known for their colorful culture and fascinating heritage. In the FCT, grand monuments like Zuma Rock act as strong pillars of the rich and deep history that Abuja possesses. From their splendid architecture to a strong legacy, the monuments speak volumes. Roundabouts are also significant landmarks that tell the story and tradition of a place or country. Some of them are tourist attraction sites, as they also have monuments constructed and erected in them. A roundabout, also known as traffic circle, is a type of circular intersection or junction in which road traffic is permitted to flow in one direction around a central island, and priority is typically given to traffic already in the junction. The first roundabout was built in 1960s in the United Kingdom, and it appeared to be an effective solution for the exponentially increasing traffic in developing cities like Abuja. Some roundabouts in the FCT are in Life Camp, Area 3, Galadimawa, Kubwa, and Area 1. Despite efforts and measures taken to make navigating areas easier, motorists still find ways to break the rules. Traffic officers are deployed at roundabouts to ensure sanity. Roundabouts are safer than traditional intersections for one big reason: fewer conflict points. The more roundabouts that are built within the FCT, the more popular they become, because people can see the benefits of a safer, less congested, lower cost, more attractive, and more environmentally friendly intersection. Roundabouts also forces drivers to brake as they navigate around the central islands, eliminating the impulse to speed up and beat a traffic light, but it's the reduction in traffic congestion that gets the public most excited about them. With no stop signs or traffic lights to halt traffic, roundabouts promote a continuous flow of vehicles that can really reduce delays. From access-controlled roundabouts to balcony roundabouts, dog-bone interchange, double roundabout interchange, dumbbell roundabout, full-stop roundabout, gyratory roundabout, hamburger roundabout, magic roundabout, metered roundabout, mini roundabouts, raindrop roundabouts, these and more are the different types of roundabouts.
As you can see, the Area 1 roundabout before now, you can't park. They've turned everywhere to be like a mini park, pick and drop and what have you. But as it is now, I believe you can see how free Area 1 roundabout is now. Because with the help of our director, Dr. Abdullahi Bello, and the Honorable Minister of FCT, has given us the go-ahead to clean up the Area 1 from the way it was before to the present situation now. We have about 2 parks, one up here by my right-hand side, the second, the mini park, by my left-hand side, of which now all the unions have come together. They've sat with the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, times without number, on how to make this place be a free for everybody or any motorists, even the pedestrians. So as you can see now, most of the motorists are in the park now. But despite the fact, you will still see some people that try to do sharp to pick and drop. That's why most often you will see our officers all over the roundabout, most especially at the peak period in the morning and towards evening time, when there are rush hours to the office, taking children to school and what have you. But we make sure that during the peak period, both morning and afternoon or evening, we make sure that this place is as free as anything. No pick, no dropping. Everybody that wants to pick, go into the park, pick your passenger there, get to your own destination. And other vehicles from maybe Gwagwalada, Nyanya, Zuba, and what have you, they have their own park where they can drop their passenger. Anybody going to either Gariki, Lugbe, or what have you, can get a vehicle from those parks that will now take them to their various destinations without any hitches.
Motorists may underestimate the importance of roundabouts, but its safety features help reduce the number of vehicle conflict points, the angle of impact, the resulting severity of injuries, and number of fatalities when compared to those associated with stop-controlled and signal-controlled intersections.
I believe anybody that is driving should have known his left and right, when to give traffic to your left and when to give traffic to your right, or the right of way. So when navigating a roundabout, as you can see, at the other side where the cones are, some of the taxi drivers, instead of them going around the roundabout to navigate, some of them don't want to do. They want to follow a shortcut. And once their vehicles are impounded, take them to the office, there is a penalty that is accrued to that. And probably at the roundabout, it's not even advisable to overtake at the roundabout because it serves as an interchange to link to other various areas from where you are coming from, or it depends from where you are coming from and where you are going to. So it serves as an interchange to other places. The government, the Director of Road Traffic Services, the Honorable Minister of the FCT has given us a support in doing our day-to-day activities. And if there are issues on ground, which we lay through our zonal commander to the Deputy Director Operations, Mr. Deleyaro, direct to the Director, onward to the Minister of FCT, gives us support. Immediately we lay any complaint, we get support from them. So that even boosts our effort in curtailing the traffic menace within this Area 1 roundabout.
This brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Darshan Husseina Usman. Until next time.